I'm proud of our schools for being rated first in the nation, but the title loses some of its distinction when we take a look at diversity and income achievement gaps. Closing the gaps will be a major priority of my administration, and the only way to truly level the playing field is to start with early childhood education. That is where we know we can have the biggest impact, and doing anything less than that is truly just a check mark on a political to-do list. This is a complex and interconnected problem. A comprehensive approach to addressing this challenge must include an expansion of early childhood education, improved access to child care subsidies, and expanded after-school and summer programs for our youth. It's clear by now that all of us who are running for governor on the Democratic side are talking about expanding preschool. We're just going about it differently. By the end of my first term, all families will have access to full-day preschool for their 4-year-olds, while lower and middle-income families will have access to half-day preschool for their 3-year-olds. Leaving even one child without the chance to enter kindergarten ready to learn is unacceptable. We'll do this over a phased approach. We will start with granting everyone who's a 4-year-old that's in part-time program right now, a full day, and moving the income levels up from 185% of poverty to 300% of poverty. That's about $43,000 of income up to $70,000 of income. Phase 2 will be taking from 300% of poverty to the state median income, which is about $70,000 of income. Phase 3 is where we get all the 4-year-olds in, regardless of your income. And phase 4 is where we hit the 3-year-olds up to 300% of poverty, again up to $70,000. Well, it'll be a part-time program for 3-year-olds. But fundamentally, what we're talking about here today is an investment in all of our children, and that needs to start before kindergarten and before preschool. It really starts at birth. We know 0 to 5 is that most important critical phase where we can eliminate the disparities and the gaps. We talked already about our program for early childhood education for our 3- and 4-year-olds, but what about our babies, our 0, 1, and 2-year-olds, and parents who are having to go to work? They need access to quality, structured child care. And the high cost of child care right now is devouring a working Maryland family's entire paycheck, or it's preventing all but the wealthiest families from placing their children in a safe and nurturing child care setting. Our current subsidy is reserved for the poorest among us, and the value of the voucher is so diminished that it has no real purchasing power. The income guidelines are stuck in 2001. What hasn't increased in price since 2001? Gas was $1.50 a gallon in 2001. To make matters worse, last year we had 15,000 families on a waiting list for the child care subsidy. This year we have 600. Did we automatically, magically find an ability to give care to 14,400 more of those children? No. The O'Malley-Brown administration purged the names off the list, telling families that they must reapply and claim political victory in lowering the waiting list numbers. That's a failure of leadership and a dishonest sleight of hand. We will not play those games when I'm governor. By the end of my first term, we'll update the income guidelines for child care subsidies so that low and middle income families earning up to 50% of the state median income, or $54,000 a year, will qualify for coverage. We need to open up these slots to more families and break cycles of poverty. Working middle-class families need access to decent, affordable child care so they can excel at work and in their careers, knowing that their children are safely cared for and educated. But we aren't done. We have to keep offering affirmative opportunities to our students after school and on summer break. We already have a program set up by the state to provide these opportunities, but it hasn't been funded by this administration, ever. The O'Malley-Brown administration's plan to expand access to after-school and summer programs included moving the Maryland After-School and Summer Opportunity Program to a different department, changing its name, and expanding the board that oversees it. But they failed to invest a single dollar in the program itself. We need a different vision. Our investments in these kids can't stop when the dismissal bell rings. Instead, we must fully commit to creating safe environments where children can improve their academic performance, their teamwork skills, and their self-esteem. Not only can we open windows of opportunity for thousands of children, but we will save millions in reductions in crime, remedial education, and government assistance programs. Being governor is about setting priorities. There are no priorities more important to our state than ensuring that all of our children have the same opportunities and encouragement to achieve their dreams, no matter what their skin color is, no matter what their socioeconomic status.